Okay, let's look at the last problem, which is problem number 26. If you look at problem number 26 and read it, the time it takes the car to travel a fixed distance varies. There's that word varies, so I'll put my equal up there. We also know that it's going to have k as a constant, but the next thing we're going to look at, it says it varies inversely. So therefore I know that if that's the case, this would be r for the rate, and since we're looking for time, I'm going to use the variable t. So now I've set up my equation that I actually need. I know that t is equal to k over r. Now that I've had the formula, I can proceed on to step number 1, which, as in the previous two problems, step number 1 is always solving for k. So therefore, they're going to have to give me the time and the rate, and they do. They tell me then that the time is going to end up being 4, and the k is the constant, and the rate happens to be 50 miles per hour. Therefore, I'm going to solve for k by multiplying both sides by 50. Therefore, I know that the constant is going to be 200. Now that I've satisfied step number 1, I'll start all over again for step number 2. If you read further on in 2, it says, how fast does the car have to travel to cover the same distance in 2.5 hours? So once again, you still have the same formula. T is equal to k over r, but I have some information now that I didn't have before. I'm looking for the rate. I have the time, which is 2.5 hours. K I now have, which I got from step number 1, which is 200. And now I can solve for the rate. You can go ahead and do your math. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by r, because that's going to cancel that out, and that would then leave me with 2.5r, which is equal to 200. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 2.5, and I will end up with the rate, which is 80. So the car will need to travel 80 miles per hour.